Hello, everybody. I hope you all can hear me. Welcome back to my redo for week 16. So today is actually week 17, but we are redoing week 16. I had a couple of issues that came up last week, and I do apologize for that. Um, there were two parts to week 16 last week. The first part I kept even though it got cut off. And the second part I end up deleting. And I'm going to explain that in a minute. But before we get into that, while I'm waiting for you all to come on, and if you there, please go ahead and comment, throw hearts, just show something so that I know that you're there. And please don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to like the video. I don't know why that's so hard. Even when I watch other people videos, I like on it. So if you've been here before, you already used to me, like the video. Just show me some love to help build that my algorithm with YouTube and everything. Just like the video. Amen. And thank you for everybody, my new subscribers. You all have just been doing wonderful, and I appreciate it. God is good. I have so many new subscribers. I am almost at my 1,200 subscribe mark, and I could not have done that without you all. Thank y'all so much. You all are the VIPs, okay? While I'm waiting on you all to come on, it looks like everything is right with the live and everything. So, like I said, just let me know that you're there. I'm going to go ahead and start with my song. And the song today is called There Will Be Peace. And let's go ahead and get into it. It's an old song. I hope you all are familiar with it. And yeah, so let's get into it. It's an old childhood song. I love those childhood songs because a lot of those songs has stuck with me. A lot of the newer songs, I'm not in a choir or anything, so it's hard for me to memorize the newer songs, and so I don't want to mess those new songs up. Okay, so I just do better with the old songs because I don't have to stumble over the songs. For the most part, I remember the words very clear in my mind. So let's go ahead and get into this song. There would be peace in the valley for me someday. There would be peace in the valley for me. Oh Lord, I pray there would be no sadness, no sorrows, no troubles I will see. There will be peace in the valley for me. Let's sing it again. There will be peace in the valley for me someday. There will be peace in the valley for me. Oh Lord, I pray. There will be no sadness, no sorrows, no troubles I will see. There will be peace in the valley for me. Amen. You know what? That's the one thing that I love about me, giving up myself and giving myself away to the Lord is the benefits that's behind it. Amen. I don't care what troubles I go through in this world. I don't care if I don't get every dream, if I don't obtain every dream that I desire while I'm in this world. I know one day I have a reward in heaven. Hey, Wizwaz. Hi. Hello. Please don't forget to like this video as you come on. And if you're not a subscriber, please smash that subscribe button and become a subscriber. Amen. I'm so happy to see you. Please read the description if you're not sure what this particular content is all about, but I will give you a little briefing on what is all about. This is my IBS content that I do every single Friday. It's usually between the hours of 1, 2:30, something like that. I'm gonna drop the live. Um, yeah, so that's what this is all about. I was actually, and you can catch this video from the very beginning when I'm done. When you can go back and watch it from the beginning, okay? Because I've been into this video for about 5, 6 minutes, so you haven't missed that much. Um, I was diagnosed with IBS, which is irritable bowel syndrome, about now 17 weeks ago. Okay, today I'm doing a redo of week 16 from last week, and I'm going to explain that in a minute why. But today is actually 17 weeks because 17 weeks ago, I was finally diagnosed with IBS. I had been going through so many symptoms of uncontrollable vomiting, uncontrollable chronic constipation, pain, just going through all these different tests. The doctors was trying to figure out what was wrong with me because IBS is a stomach condition that a whole lot of people suffer from. A lot of times they don't know what's going on because it's hard to diagnose IBS. It takes a long time to diagnose IBS properly because the symptoms of IBS also are symptoms for other conditions. So, what they have to do is run a whole bunch of tests on you and start ruling out things. And so that's what happened to me. For about 2 years, I was under strict doctor's orders to do this and avoid that. And really, it's still that way. But at least now I have a diagnosis where it's starting to all make sense. Amen. So that's just me giving you just a little insight on that. Also, I was told that the month of April, yes, thank you so much. She said, I got you. Wiz was said, I got you. I'm not sure if you're a male or female though, but you said I got you. Um, what I was about to say, I forgot my thought that fast. Anyway, IBS is not a death sentence. It's things can go wrong though. If you don't listen to your doctor and if you continue to force foods into your system that your body is rejecting, you can septic your system. You can cause your system. You can cause the condition to get in your blood. You can cause an infection that can get in your bloodstream, and yeah, it can become more serious. But if you are listening to your body, if you are avoiding foods that upset you, because everybody is different. No one person who has been diagnosed with IBS have the exact same restrictions as I do. So that's why I share my story, but I share my story because it relieves me from worrying. It also helps me to help other people. And if I ever get anybody on the video who actually is going through IBS, I welcome you to share your story so that other people in the comments can read it. If you've never experienced it yourself, please continue to support me because I need your support so my algorithm can get out there to people who really can benefit from this content. Wiz Watt said, what if you have been diagnosed with the most problems? Uh, are you asking? I think your question got a typo in it. Are you asking what have I been diagnosed with the most problems? Or is that the way you meant your question to be? Because it says, what if you have been diagnosed with the most problems? That I'm not sure that's kind of general. It's not telling me what the problems are. So please retype your question so that I can answer your question to the best of my ability. Okay. The other thing I want to say is I am still learning my diagnosis. So I can only give you feedback about my own personal experiences and what I am learning about me. And so if you have IBS or digestion problems, you could share with me in the contents what your journey is like. And so we just kind of talk about it just to conversate. Um, I also talk about it so that um, anybody else who may not be as bold as I am, they can hear what I'm talking about concerning IBS, because some people suffer in silence with a lot of conditions. People feel like they just can't talk to nobody. People gonna either assume something else is going on with them, or people is going to say, well, that's your fault. You shouldn't be eating fried foods. You shouldn't be eating spicy foods. You should exercise more. There's always the judgmental people on the other side who real quick to throw stones at somebody, when really we all are probably eating wrong. It's just some of us get caught up and some of us do not. And many of us get caught up later in life. Like, I just turned 54 years old. So I've been dealing with craziness with my digestive system on and off since I was a young woman. But it got really bad since I've been in my 50s. I just turned 54. So I would say the last 2 or 3 years being in my 50s, it's just really been like, okay, girl, you got to do something about this, okay? Yep. So are you saying, Wiz Waz, are you saying that you are 54 years old too, or you repeating what I said? Let me know. Um, and so yeah, the most thing that I was my symptoms with my diagnosis, it was pain. um I have pain on my left side of my body, and it was explained to me that that is where my small intestine is. And so for some reason, when I eat meat in particular, and I don't eat meat like that. I eat it like very, very, very seldomly, and when I do, it's a very small piece. Now I can eat salmon, fish, as long as it's baked. So I had to let go of fried foods too. So whenever I eat wrongly and just act like I'm normal when I'm not anymore, when it comes to my body. Yes, yes, I'm 54. Brand new though. I just made 54 on March the night. I'm brand new 54. Sometimes I even accidentally say I'm still 53 because I'm so used to being a whole year 53 years old, right? It's not that I'm ashamed being 54 or anything. It's just a habit. I still slip up and say 53. So if I ever say that, you know that I just forgot. I'm not lying, because I'm not ashamed by no means at all. But yeah, my biggest symptom was the pain that I still get on my the left side of my body. And and constipation was another really big symptom that you was asking me what was the most symptoms. Constipation, I suffer from chronic constipation, even with the Metamucil, even with the Docalax. They even went as far as subscribing me lenses. Now lenses was a great answer, a great help to me. But I'm gonna tell you, if the doctors prescribe Lensex for you, you cannot use it as a crutch. And that's what I did, unfortunately. I was not willing to turn from my bad eating ways, and I was still taking the Lensex because the Lensex would still flush my system out. And so one day, since I was hard headed and I didn't want to stop eating my rib tips, I didn't want to stop eating my chicken wings and my chicken thighs and whatever else that I wanted to eat that was against the doctor's orders, the Lenses actually stopped working. And I became, my bowel became locked up all over again. The Lensex began to I don't know the proper medical term, but basically it wasn't doing any good in my body, and I started throwing up what they call the gastric juices in your stomach. Um, they call it bile, Bile, and I spell it because some people think I'm saying Bowel, but it's Bile. And it happened one day. I was at the clinic inside the doctor's office, and my doctor was right there when it happened, and she was there to witness me. I threw up in the garbage can in that room, and she, being a doctor, she looked over in the garbage can and she told me what I was throwing up. And this was 17 weeks ago. And she told me, you need to go to the emergency room as soon as possible, and have them to run tests on you to make sure you don't have no type of infection and things like that. And God was really with me, because actually that was like the third time I had threw up that morning, and it just so happened I threw up again in front of her face. And sometimes you gotta have these symptoms at the right time, at the right place, because we tell these doctors about our symptoms that happen at home, and they have to kind of take our word for it. You know what I mean? And why some people will lie about something like that, I don't know. But it was very fortunate. It was to my better good for her to believe me and really understand that I was not lying, because sometimes they think people have stuff all in their mind, because I guess some people live like that. They live with this big imagination of bad stuff going on, and it's all in their mind. It takes all kinds of people in the world to make the world go right. Okay, but I've always let them know that is not me. I love to eat. I love foods that I should not eat. So I'm not going to lie to you and tell you I'm in pain when I do this and that if I'm really enjoying it and I'm not really having a negative reaction, you know. But some people will, and I guess some people will lie to get attention. You know what I'm saying? You have all type of attention seekers, okay? But no, I told her that's not me. This thing has ruined my life to a certain extent, you know. But honey, because of God, I'm taking it back. I'm taking it all back. I'm taking everything that the devil has tried to steal from me. Amen. So even though I'm dealing with the symptoms of IBS still, I'm winning at the same time, because now my solution is I'm eating plant-based foods. Um, I have to be careful even with the plant-based sausages, plant-based bacon. Wizwa said, yeah. I'm making you happy, right, girl? I'm telling you. So, the plant-based foods are excellent, and especially spinach and kale. I cannot stress the importance of including lots of spinach. I'm talking about, I eat mine's raw, but some people can't eat raw spinach and cow. Do what you need to do that, so that you can have that a part of your diet, your regular eating diet. However way you have to cook it. If you gotta steam it, whatever, do whatever you have to do. Now, another friend, I got two friends. One of my, oh, I got more than two friends, but I'm talking about two friends in particular. One friend confided in me that it's best for her to steam her spinach because she can't eat fresh spinach. And I told her, hey, you do what you got to do as long as you get it in your system. Another friend shared with me confidentially that she can't eat no green leafy vegetables at all because she's on blood thinners. And so her doctor is completely against her doing that. So what I want to tell you all that's coming on to Wizwaz, since she's actually responded to me right now, and it might be other people that's coming later, always consult your doctor first. Because I'm only talking to you about my personal experience. You don't do anything new without talking to your doctor first. Never do anything new. And never be a follower of what somebody else is doing. Always make sure from your doctor that this is good for me. Because I'm not even in the health field, okay? I'm not a nurse, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a licensed missionary, I'm not a licensed counselor, none of that. I am just Sheila, okay? I am just a wife, a mother, a grandmother, a auntie, a cousin, a good friend. That's who I am. So I'm not taking from who I am. I'm just letting you know. Don't look at me as an expert. I'm not even an expert when it comes to solutions for myself. This is a journey, y'all. This is a journey. This is a journeys of ups and downs. I make good choices, and sometimes I still get bit in the butt. So one thing about IBS, um, you can make all the good choices in the world, and I can eat my plant-based foods and still sometimes get a reaction, a bad reaction, which I will call, I will have an episode. And an episode is something that doesn't normally happen every day. Me having pain every day is not an episode. It's all a part of the IBS condition and symptoms. Um, Now, if I have pain all day long, then that will be an episode because it's not normal for me to have pain the whole day. It is normal for me to have pain after I eat. Even when I eat plant-based foods, it's just that small intestine struggles digesting foods. It digests food better than it digests plant-based foods better than foods outside of that. Okay. But I still experience nausea. It's a milder case of nausea when I eat plant-based foods though. And I still experience pain. Um if I have an episode, it would be like me vomiting minutes after me eating, no matter what I ate, whether I ate a plant-based food or if I was a knucklehead and ate something else, because I am able to treat myself every blue moon. As a matter of fact, my doctor suggests that, because like on Sundays I go to the Golden Corral, and I can add a little bit to my plate, that something that I wouldn't normally eat, because this is a lifetime journey and it's hard for most people. I'm not saying that somebody is able to abstain from meat 100% for the rest of their life, but I'm not one of them. So my doctor encouraged me so that I don't go overboard, or if I don't make myself overly crave for meat, for me to just treat myself, just have that cheat day, that I indulge a little bit, but try not to overindulge, because IBS is real, and it don't care that you just trying to enjoy life, and you want to have fun eating foods that you generally would like to be able to eat. It doesn't care. It's a condition, okay? It's a condition. It doesn't care. Period. Okay? It is what it is, right? And those are my this here is an app with some birds, but I actually have that volume turned all the way down. So that's not these birds that y'all hear. Y'all actually hear my parakeets. And let me show you my parakeets right quick. Y'all see? Can y'all see them? The yellow one is Aubrey, and the bluish gray one is Camry. So those are my live parakeets. They are sister and brother, and they be just playing, y'all. They be having such a good time with each other. Those are some fun birds. And sometimes they're quiet as a mouse, and other times they just be like, look, we know mama is over there recording, so we are going to just let them know that we are here, okay? And I think today is one of those days where they want y'all to know they are here. Also, in my caption, y'all, I have plus message for 40 plus women that are 40 years old and older. I started that message in the video week 16 the second part of week 16 last week. Today is the redo. So the reason why I deleted that video last week is because the very personal thing that I shared last week, which I'm going to share again, I'm just going to do it a little bit differently. I was more talking in the present tense. And after I went back and watched the video, I didn't like that. I did it. It just didn't sit well with me. I said, that's not the way how I wanted to bring out that particular personal message. So I'm going to redo it today, and I'm going to present it to you all the way how I wanted to do last week. But I couldn't do it last week because I was presently going through that. So I know you're confused by what I just said. So let me go ahead and talk about it now. I was talking about uh usually women 40 ages 40 and over start having symptoms of menopause. And I went through uh some time where I did not see my cycle. Okay, now what I'm about to talk about is for sensitive. It might not be for sensitive ears, even though everybody's supposed to be adults and everything. But please, if you can hear it, walk with me. If not, it's okay if you have to leave, because I want to get this out. It's very important that I talk about this. I don't care if men are listening to this, because I'm hoping that you are a mature guy out there. I'm hoping you have a wife or daughter, So this is not content that you've never heard of before. So and it's not supposed to be children watching this video anyway. Not this particular content anyway. This is very adult and mature content here. So my doctor had asked me, was I still having my cycle, or when was the last time I had a normal cycle, if any cycle at all? So the last time we had that conversation, I told her that I had not seen anything for 2 years. And so I was like, I think I'm not gonna see it anymore. I said, because before the 2 years straight, I didn't see my cycle. I would see my cycle like once a year or once every other year. And then, even then, it wasn't really a normal cycle. It would be like a day, no more than 2 days. And I said, now it's been 2 years since I've seen anything, right? So then the doctor responded to me, oh, you ain't got to worry about saying it no more. You are in this full swing of menopause. You're not premenopausing, you are in it. You're in it now. This is it. And I even have some hot flashes, but never to the point where you can look at me and tell I'm having a hot flash, because I have met other women who are in the full swing of menopausing and they don't even have to tell me that they having a hot flash, because I see it. Okay, they be like draping with sweat. They clothes be just sweat. You can see it. That you could tell their clothes is wet, because they blouses be like clinging to their skin. Their faces be shining from sweat. And if they have on makeup, Lord help, it really be shining. So but I share with my doctor that I know I'm hot because I have to go get a fan. I have to take something off. And it could be kind of cold to somebody else. Like in particular, my husband, on my my daddy, he's anemic. He's always cold. But um, other people could be feeling some other type of way, but I be feeling the opposite, right? And so she said, well, since you have been 2 years since you've seen your cycle, you might as well just know that you're probably not going to see it again. So I got excited, y'all, because I don't know about you other women, but hey, I'm the type of person, I'm like, listen, you ain't telling me no bad news. Just as long as you're not telling me that it's another condition that could be keeping me from seeing my cycle, as long as you're not telling me that, if this is the natural mother nature, how God designed things to be, because I know we go through the change. Men go through changes too. We'll talk about that another time. But this is something that us women go through when it comes to menopause. So I'm like, okay, I can accept that. I can accept that. Lo and behold, 2 weeks after I had that conversation with my primary doctor, hey Willie T, she said, hi sis, happy Friday. Yay, I made it before you went off. I'm glad you made it too. And you have Wiz Waz on the line with us. She's been here since the beginning. So y'all can kind of say hi to each other if you want to, or just continue to just chime in with me. I don't care how y'all do it, but just get comfortable, relax, and everything. So, I just told my doctor, that I had a visit, and we call it, Little Red Riding Hood visit. Okay, so I let her know that after, no, that's not true, because I haven't seen my doctor since I had that visit. So I'm going to tell my doctor my next visit that it did happen. My next primary appointment, I'm going to let her know that it happened, because she thinks that because I went 2 years without seeing anything, that I'm not going to see it ever again. So you all are really the first people, other than the people last week that I talked to who was a part of my life, that I let know that after 2 years, Little Red Riding Hood came back. And so I was thinking, okay, maybe it's just going to be a day. Maybe it's going to be 2 days. But it ended up being a full cycle. And it wasn't nothing extreme. It was definitely a normal cycle, you know? But so my message to women 40 plus, whoo, when it comes to this journey that we go through with ups and downs with our bodies, we have to especially make sure we go to the doctor. And of course, like I just said, my doctor was wrong because she thought I was not going to ever see my cycle again. Don't judge them. Don't take them by every word they say, because they don't know everything. They really don't. But it doesn't mean that we stop trusting their advice. Oh, you're 28 years old? Okay, okay. Well, I don't know. I read something that even 25-year-olds, some 25-year-olds have experienced the change early. At least some symptoms of the change. So, hey, Cicely, I'm so glad to see you too. She said, hi, Mrs. Sheila. How are you doing? I'm doing good. I got some good updates this week. I haven't had any episodes. I haven't had any episodes. Just the normal IBS symptoms. I hurt every day, not all day, but I do hurt every day. Um, it is part of IBS, but as far as me having anything out of the ordinary, I haven't experienced anything out of the ordinary. I haven't vomited. I haven't had any extreme nausea. Anything that I would call an episode, I haven't had any episodes this week, and I don't think I had any last week either. So the other message I want to talk about for women that's 40 plus, well, actually, I should say, I'm not even done with talking about the doctor visits. I just want to say I just can't stress how important it is for us to stop self-diagnosing and let the doctors do what they do. That's what they've been trained to do. They've been trained to um, hear what our symptoms are. Do I like them guinea pigging us with the different medications? I do not. So you got to kind of use wisdom when it comes to that. Just because they prescribe something, if you get that feeling that they told us about when we were little children, you get that feeling, then you get the feeling with a prescription your doctor's giving to you. Or let's say every time you turn around, they throw in a different prescription in your face. You don't have to put that in your body. You can put your foot down. You can say no. It's okay for a patient to say no. You don't have to open your mouth and put everything in your mouth that they prescribe just because they are a doctor and they say it's okay. Because a lot of times they don't even know. They just trying to figure you out just like you trying to figure yourself out. And Cicely says, that's great. I am glad to hear that. I am glad to see you. I'm glad to see you too, Cicely. Yes, I am. I'm always happy to see people I am familiar with. I am thrilled to see people that's brand new because I know that's a chance for me to get a new subscriber. So we got Wiz Waz on. I believe Wiz Waz is brand new because I never saw her before today, but she's been very communicative online with me today. So y'all give her some love. Welcome her into our YouTube family, to this channel. What else? Cicely Simmons, she says, Mrs. Sheila, I am 51 years old this year in September. On September 9th, I will be 52 years old. Okay, Cicely. And Wiz Wah, she says, exactly, yeah, doctors do that. Yeah, they do. If they get to a point that your situation is complicated and they really don't know how to. Oh, Wiz Waz said, "I'm a boy." Okay, you're a man if you're 28 years old, Wiz Waz. You're not a boy. Okay, thank you for telling me that because I asked you earlier in the video if you was a man or woman because what your YouTube name being Wiz Waz, I really couldn't tell what your gender was. So thank you for letting me know that so I can stop calling you a girl or I want to address you as a guy. Amen. Um, so yeah, Cicely also says, you look so pretty, Miss Sheila. September 19th, Mrs. Sheila. Okay, your birthday is September 19th. And thank you for the compliment, Cicely. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I love this dress here because it can be worn indoors and it can be worn outdoors as well. So I be like very versatile with it. And believe it or not, when I wear it outdoors, I get so many compliments from this little Mickey Mouse little simple dress. Even guys compliment me in this dress, and it's very loose fitting, so it's not like it's like revealing anything. They just like it. Everybody just love this outfit. I kind of wish I had two or three of them like in different colors, like the background of the dress being a different color. Cause baby, I would sport this Mickey Mouse dress all the time. Uh, Cicely says, oh, Wiz Waz says, that is not my name. I know that's not your name, but that's what YouTube has you as, Wiz Waz. So if you tell me your real name, I can't promise I'm gonna always remember it though. I can't promise it because I can only go by what I'm looking at. But if I can get used to your real name when I see your YouTube name, I will address you by your real name if I remember it. Cicely says, you're welcome. Wizwa says, I just made that name up for my YouTube channel. Oh, yeah. I understand. I understand. But you understand I couldn't tell what your gender was by the name that you made up. Like in my channel, it says Mrs. Sheila. It got Mrs. It has Sheila, so it's like very obvious that I'm a woman. Cicely says, where are your babies, Mrs. Sheila? Today is Friday and I do my IBS content today, Cicely. So sometimes with my IBS content, I have a baby with me. Matter of fact, since you brought babies up, I'm gonna pick up one of my dolls in a couple of seconds just for you because you asked for it. Willie said it's a fun dress. I like it. Thank you. It is fun and it's cool. It's comfortable. Makes me look a little slim. You know how we women are when we wear something that we feel like doesn't make us look fat. We just love it, right? So I'm gonna grab one of the babies that's sitting close to me. This is I'm doing this to make Cicely happy. She said, thank you, Miss Sheila. Cicely said, thank you. Yeah, I'm going to grab one of my babies that's sitting close to me. This is Cherie. And Cherie is named after one of my good friends that live near me. Yeah, this is Cherie, y'all. So I'm going to keep Cherie on my lap while I finish up the rest of this live that's left, I've already been on for a while, so maybe within the next 10 minutes or so, I'm gonna let you all go. Um, I didn't have a whole lot to update because I didn't have any episodes. So I don't want to go into a repetitive thing, just repeating basically the exact same thing I've already said. But those of you all who are just coming on the live, please, at the end of the live, go back and watch the live from the beginning. And yeah, in case I said something in the beginning that you all missed, look what she have on, y'all. Don't y'all love y'all dolls? I really enjoy dressing them up. This little dress right here, this dress is not the same dress that my oldest daughter had as an infant because her little dress was stolen from us. But this is the exact dress that my mother bought for my oldest daughter when she was an infant, and it got away from us. And when I saw it, I believe I found this at the Goodwill store. I looked at that dress. I said, God, you have a sense of humor because the moment I saw that dress, I instantly thought about the dress that was stolen from my daughter when she was a baby. I had that dress in a suitcase, y'all. We was getting ready to move, and I set the suitcase outside of my door. And when I went in the hallway of the building to go grab that suitcase, somebody hit that fast has snatched the whole suitcase, y'all. It was so many beautiful dresses. This is a vintage dress, and my oldest daughter should be 35 years old this year. Okay, and it was vintage dresses like this that my mother had bought her, and she had only wore the dress that was like this one time. We took pictures together in that dress. Um, I don't know if I have that picture. I'm looking around right quick because a lot of stuff is still packed in my basement. I haven't brought up yet. So that picture is not around for me to show y'all. But maybe the next time I come on, I'll remember to have that photo. And yeah, I want to show y'all. Um, Wiz Waz said, no, don't go. And Willie says, she looks so pretty. I love dressing up my dolls too. Wiz Waz says, I like that dress. Thank you. Tell me your real name. I'm going to keep calling you Wiz Waz. Tell me your name. Cicely says, I am sorry that happened to you, Miss Sheila. Yeah, yeah, it happened. It was about, we'll say, my oldest daughter at that time, I think she was under a year old. So we're talking about at least 34 years ago because she'll be 35 this year. And Willie says, I also love vintage dolls and clothes. Yes, vintage dolls and clothes. They're very, very beautiful. Just very classic, just nice, really nice, beautiful. Miss Sheila, you are a nice person. I try to be, Cicely. I definitely try to be. We all fall short. Nobody is perfect. I'm not gonna say I don't get angry. I'm not gonna say that I don't have mood swings like everybody else because I do. And of course, I'm gonna be me no matter what. The areas in my life that I need to improve, I be like, Lord, help me with my shortcomings. I'm very humble when it comes to that, and that's how I do, y'all. There's nothing fake about me. I'm gonna let you know, let you know, let you know. I try to let everybody know in the most respectful way, even when people get on my nerve. You know what I'm saying? But hey, cause I am human, I'm not perfect. Yes, I am not perfect at all. I try to do right by people, and of course, we don't always get back what we give, and that's just the facts of life. So Sissy said, your hair is pretty, Miss Sheila. Do you do your own hair? Yeah, yeah, I do my own hair. I've always been sensitive with other people in my hair. And I have occasionally I've had other people to do my hair. And it's just hard for me to make it a habit of other people doing my hair because I've always been sensitive about other people. Now my mother, before she passed away, she did my hair. She was really the only person that I allowed to be in my hair as often as I even let her do it. When I got a certain age, y'all, I couldn't wait to do my own hair, and I did, and been doing it ever since. Okay, my name is Nico. Is that Nico? Yeah, Nico. Okay, and Cicely says that's great. Okay, I'm gonna try to remember your name. Please forgive me if I don't. Now that means you have to subscribe to my channel and you have to comment regularly so that I get used to seeing your channel name, Wiz Was, and know that this is Nico talking. Okay. Now if you just come on every blue moon, you can't expect for me to remember that Wiz Was is also Nico. So Nico said, okay. So Cicely says, I am wearing my hair natural. Okay, okay. Yeah, and this is natural for me. This is, and I don't know what natural is for you. So when you say natural, I don't know what that means. But this is natural for me, which means I'm not wearing a wig. Occasionally, if I want to wear my hair like more of a straight look, all the whole head straight, it looks like it's been permed because I don't have a perm. That's probably a wig unless I went to a beautician and got my hair like a silk press. But my natural hair is not straight. It's not straight. I have wavy, curly. I talked to y'all before about how my hair is. I have like three grades of hair all in one. I can have kinky hair mixed with wavy hair mixed with straight hair. So it's like all three grades of hair all in one. My hair truly has its own personality. Okay, it's its own person. I need to give my hair a name. I need to give my hair a name. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm gonna have to think about that. Cicely says I don't get perms no more. Right, as a child, I had very thick hair, very thick hair. So my mother used to give me perms so that she can control my hair, okay? But the older I get, my hair has thinned out tremendously. My hair is nowhere near as thick as it used to be in my younger years. My hair used to drape all the way down. I had very long hair and it was very thick. But those days are over with. But I'm okay. I'm okay because, girl, I get tired of combing my hair. So I'm glad my hair ain't nowhere near the length it used to be. And it ain't nowhere as thick as it used to be. Um, hey, Playful Reborns, which is also Penny. So, Nico, this is an example. Playful Reborn's channel is Playful Reborns, but because she's a regular, I know her real name. So I call her Penny because I know her. So get back to Nico at Wiz Was. If you stay on my channel, I will know you so well that when I see Wiz Was, I won't be calling you Wiz Was. I'll be calling you Nico. Okay? Okay, Cicely says my hair is a wash and go. My hair is curly. Right, right. Okay, so that's what you're saying with your natural. Yeah. Yeah, and I wet my hair every day too. I wet my hair every day and I use hair gel. I like Echo. I like the green Echo gel because it doesn't flake up my hair and it doesn't make my hair hard. Okay, it keeps my hair nice and soft. The only grease that I use occasionally on my scalp so that I don't get dandruff or dry scalp, I might use like that little African type of grease because it has herbs in it and it's really good for the roots of your hair and stuff like that. But because I have gray hair and I've had gray hair since I was 19 years old. And my gray hair comes on my edges and comes on my baby hair. So as y'all can see, my edges are very thin, and even the what we call the kitchen part of the back of our heads that has thinned out a lot too because when I put the dyes in my hair, it's so harsh on my baby hair it makes my edges thin, so it's just a hot mess, y'all. Anyway, and I've been dealing with this since I was 19 years old, because in my family, it's very gray hair is very strong. I have an uncle that was born with salt and pepper hair. Okay. Cicely says, no, Nico asked me, what's my name is Sheila. But is in my is in my my YouTube name. My YouTube channel is Mrs. Sheila's World of Fun. So that's me. Yeah, that's me. Cicely says, I use water and gel activator. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You use gel activator. I don't use any activators, and the reason why I don't use activator in my hair is because I have skin allergies. That activator will somehow, when I do sweat, it'll get on my skin, and I'll break out with big bumps. Woo! I have pimples in my face from that, so I can't use activators. But Echo Gel does not break me out. Something else that breaks me out, Nico said, okay. Um, Something else that breaks me out is jam gel, and jam smells so delicious. When my girls were little, I used jam gel for their hair, for Tiara and Shantara, because they would wear, I put their hair in ponytails and stuff like that. And that jam gel, ooh, it smells so good on their little hair and everything. But it never broke them out to my knowledge. But with me, I'm allergic to it because, like I say, when I sweat, that greasy gel, it gets on my skin and it breaks me out into pimples and stuff. But the Echo Gel, for some reason, I guess it has different ingredients in it. It's not as oily, I guess. Maybe the Echo Gel is more water based than oil. That's what I'm thinking. I'm not for sure, but that's what I'm thinking. And so I don't break out from the Echo Gel. So Cicely says, okay, and then she says, do Gem Gel make your hair curly? Anything makes my hair curl up, Cicely. Even just it, let's say I don't have any gel in the house, and I just take my brush and wet it, and my hair will curl up. So yeah, it doesn't have to be gel for my hair to curl up. Yeah, yes, Penny, you're right. Echo is lighter than Jam, and I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, Penny. Echo gel is more water based, right? I'm thinking it's definitely more water based because if it was as oily as jam, it would break me out. Like I said, I could just put water in my hair. Now, the reason why I use gel in my hair is because I don't use a lot of grease in my hair. I only use grease in my hair maybe once every 3 months, 2 months, something like that. So the gel, the Echo gel replaces grease, and it keeps my hair shiny. So it's not dry. You know what I'm saying? Because just putting water, what's gonna happen is it'll make my hair curly or wavy, however you want to word it, but it won't have that shine to it. So the gel keeps it nice and shiny. And yeah, jam is definitely thicker than Echo. Yeah, because if I had my jar Echo in front of y'all right now, um if I put my finger in it, it's very light. You can actually, your finger will sink in it because it's just that light. But with the jam gel, it's not gonna sink like that because it's thicker, much thicker. She said you and your baby is matching. You think so? I don't know. I don't know. But if you think so, I have a bunch of Mickey Mouse all over the place. But you know something? The Mickey Mouse look like Cherie's hair, if that's what you mean. This her little puff ponytails kind of look like a Mickey Mouse ears, and then with the little bow right here, this kind of look like a bow. Is that what you're talking about, Cicely? I thought you was talking about clothes wise, but yeah, we matching as far as her hair. Her hair looks like Mickey Mouse a little bit with the bow. She said, "Yeah, yeah, you're right. Absolutely, absolutely." And we didn't got way off from IBS, y'all. And that's fine because I really was done with the IBS content in general. I really was done. I didn't have nothing else to say related to IBS. She is a big girl, Penny. Cherie is about, she's about 28, 30 inches tall. Yeah, she's a big girl. And y'all might not remember, but when I introduced her on the Dolly channel, the Dolly videos, I actually bought her in Muncie, Illinois. Yeah, wow, she big, Penny. I bought her from a flea market. How old is she, Nico? I've had this dog. Let me see. One of my best friends, she had just got married, and I went to Muncie, Illinois. Me and my husband went to Muncie, and we spent the night for a few days with them. And it was her and her husband that took us to the flea market. And so they had been married. They was newlyweds. I think they had been married a few months, if that long. So they've been married now for about 5 years. So I would say she about 5 years old. Yeah. Oh man. Woo. Time passes when you're having fun. So yeah, I've had this dog for about 5 years, something like that. She said, when you going to do the skit with your reborns? That's something that I have to make time to do, Cicely. And so I will make it my business that if I'm in the mood to do an actual skit with the dolls, I would definitely tag you to it so that you don't miss it. But it's not easy. Now, some people, it might be easy for them to actually do skits on a regular basis, but it's not easy for me to do skits on a regular basis. Nico said, okay, Miss Sheila. So I'm glad I answered your question, Nico. And thanks again. And don't forget, y'all, to like this video. Just hit that thumb up to help my algorithm and everything. And I'm going to try to visit y'all channels. Hey, Nico, do you have a channel or, because if you do, I'm going to go and support your channel as well. Y'all go and check out Wiz Waz channel. He's brand new here in our family on YouTube. So y'all give Nico some love. Okay, Cicely says, Miss Sheila, on the 9th of this month will be 4 years for me. Okay, thank you, Miss Sheila. Oh, it's been 4 years since you've been in the reborn community, or 4 years for what? And Nico says I do. Okay, so I'm going to okay, how you spelling Wizwaz? WHIZWHAZ. So and there's no spaces in between those words. So I'm gonna go back and check out your channel and everything. Give you some love over there in that channel. Amen. Penny says we will check out Nico as well. Yeah, yeah, y'all check out Nico. Give him some love. So Nico, real quick before I let y'all go, just give me a brief. What is your channel about? And Cicely says, no, Miss Sheila, you remember I told you my story. Uh, you gonna have to call me, Cicely. You're gonna have to call me because I don't remember your story. I thought you was talking about more of you being a part of the dog community and stuff like that. But if it's something else, just give me a call back, Cicely, and remind me. And a lot of times when people confide in me with stuff, I'm gonna tell you, I try not to. I'm not gonna say I try not to remember, but because some things I do remember depending on what you tell me. But I'm the type of person, I want to make sure that I don't spread your business to somebody else. So a lot of times I will forget stuff because I don't want to share your business with other people. So call me back and let me know, remind me what we talked about. Nico said it's about soccer players. Oh, okay, okay. I used to play soccer as a kid. Yep. So that's a good sport. And Nico said, "What's your number?" No, I can't give you my number, Nico. I'm a married woman, so no. Maybe you didn't notice, but my channel name is Mrs. Sheila for a reason. I put Mrs. on there so the men can know that I'm a married woman. So I can't give you my number. Cicely says, Mrs. Sheila, that's okay if you don't remember. Oh, you make me feel bad. You make me feel bad because I don't know. What are you talking about? I have to really think about it. It'll probably come to me, but just right here on the spot, I don't remember right now. But if I once I let the video go, I'll remember, Cicely. I'm sorry, sweetheart. I'm so sorry. She said you don't remember. It's okay. Oh God. Call me, Cicely. Call me. Not right now, because I got my phone on do not disturb, but call me. Let me know what you're talking about. It's not okay, Cicely. I want to know what you're talking about. I want to know what you're talking about. Okay? I really do. I want to know what you're talking about. And I promise you, I won't ever forget. You tell me again because that'll stick with me. Okay? So I'm going to get ready and let y'all go. And Cherie is finna let y'all go too. Say bye bye to everybody. Bye bye. Bye bye. Nico, just to let you know, the other stuff that's on my channel, Cicely says she understand. Thank you. I'm glad you understand, Queen. On Sundays I have devotion Sunday where I read from my devotion book. Sometimes I read directly from the Bible, and I'm not a licensed missionary or anything like that. I am just a messenger from Jesus Christ, and He encourages us to spread the gospel, the good news, make people know that God is in control no matter what you're going through in your life. Inspire people to love God unconditionally because He loves us unconditionally. Amen. So that's what that's all about. And then, of course, I have my dolls on my channel. I do not worship my dolls. I'm not an idolizer of inanimate objects like some people want to think that's outside of the doll community. My dolls are my hobby. They are not my children in any type of way, even though I might refer to them as being my dolly children. My doll children is just a phrase. Is it I'm not treating them like they are real children. I do have real children. I gave birth to real children. Now, people who have not given birth to real children, that's their business how they handle their dolls. I just want to throw out there that you can't say that everybody is in a doll hobby for the same reasons. That's not my reason, and I don't like when people assume that that is my reason. Oh, you must want a baby. No, that's not my reason. But then they go, well, my girlfriend, she has dolls and those are her children. Well, that's your girlfriend. I'm not finna knock what she does. That's between God and her, what she does. But for people to assume that every person that has a doll hobby, that they're either idol worshipers or they're either wanting real children, and don't assume everybody is doing that for that reason. That's my only thing. I don't judge nobody on any level because I don't have a heaven to put nobody in, and I don't have a hell to put nobody in. So everybody has their reasons why they collect dolls. Many of us, like myself, we just love dolls, and I have a whole bunch of them. And so there's no way in the world I could pretend like 50 some dolls are my real children. You see what I'm saying? So I'd be like, just make it make sense. Make it make sense. I don't have 50 something dolls pretending like they're my real children. Okay? It doesn't make sense to do that. There's no way in the world I have 50 some dolls and they all my real children. No, 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 no. I'm not the one that's confused here. Okay? Uh, Cicely says, it's okay, Miss Sheila. You probably will remember. I will. I will. Thank you for forgiving me. She said, I have two babies. I have two girls. I want to get a toddler reborn boy. Don't forget to let me know, Cicely. And you can always send me pictures of your dolls because we do have each other phone numbers and everything. So send me pictures of those dolls. Yeah. I love my dolly community. I do. I have made so many great friends, so many great channels, and to know that there's other people that love dolls as much as I love dolls, it's a blessing. Oh, I see a couple of messages I almost missed. Penny says, "Nice to meet you, Cicely and Nico." And Willie says, "Have a blessed day." It went up. I can't see your message anymore. You have a blessed day too, Willie. And let me see, did I miss anybody? Cicely says, yes, we do, Miss Sheila. You are my friend. You my friend too. And all of y'all, y'all are part of our happy YouTube family. And I love y'all. I adore y'all so much. And as I was about to say, I've met so many great people. And nice to meet you, Cicely. She just said it's nice that she has met me. Yeah, I don't judge nobody because I don't know what shoes that you've walked in. Everybody is their own person, how they do things. I just don't like when people come at me a certain way, comparing me to somebody else. That's my thing. Other than that, I would never even brought up some of the stuff that I talked about. But people know other people who are dye collectors, and they put us all in the same boat. And I'd be like, no, that person's boat is that person's boat. My boat is this. You can even accept the boat that I have told you I'm in, or just don't accept at all. But don't assume anything that's not coming out of my mouth. Cicely says, I am glad I could talk to you. I'm glad you can talk to me too. I'm glad you can talk to me too. Yeah. It's good to have somebody, especially somebody who you have something in common with. And that's a very, very great thing. So don't forget to like this video. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video because the IBS content been over with a long time ago. And so I'm good. I'm good though. I'm always open to talking about God, talking about the dogs. I'm very open about that. That's why my channel says Mrs. Sheila's World of Fun, because I have so much to talk about, to share. Show and tell is good. That's more like my middle name, y'all. My middle name is Show and Tell. I have no problem with show and telling. I'm glad I could talk to you, Cicely says, and she said, you will understand me. That's what I like. Yes, I do understand you. It's not even no question about it. I understand you well, and I hope you understand me too. So we're gonna let y'all go on that note. And little Pooh Bear right here says, bye bye. Let me put this back on Cherie's arm. And yeah, so we're gonna just get ready and let y'all go right now. And y'all just go back and watch this video from the beginning. I sang the song in the beginning, y'all, a childhood song. It's called There Will Be Peace in the Valley. So go back and listen to it if you want to hear it. It might even encourage you a little bit. Amen. Talk to y'all later. Bye bye.